A call about a peeping Tom in Gainesville, Florida, sent Sheriff's deputies Chuck Sexton and Claire Noble racing to the scene. But when Deputy Noble arrived and confronted the man, he aimed what appeared to be a gun at her and pulled the trigger.
173, I've lost the subject in the area of the pond.
Got a direction, 173?
10-4, he ran towards the end of the complex near the pond.
Key signal 0.
Sheriff's office, hold! Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
That's just the toy gun!
Drop the gun!
Hey, don't shoot! Don't shoot! It's
Stop!
just the toy gun! Ollie. Don't shoot me!
Drop the gun!
Deborah Yoakum was awakened by the screams echoing through the apartment complex.
Toy!
Stop!
It's just the toy gun!
Drop it!
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Drop it!
Drop the gun!
Drop the gun!
You need help? Let go of the gun. Give me the gun.
Deborah's call came into dispatcher Sabrina Hospital.
Yes, ma'am. There's an officer at Pine Meadows apartment that needs backup immediately.
Where at?
Pine Meadow apartment.
What's the problem?
No, 25. Officer is having a fight with a man out here. He told him to drop the toy gun.
173, I just heard gunfire in the area.
He just shot him.
Oh, God. Who did he shoot?
Shot.
Who got shot, ma'am?
The man that he was...
All she could state was the man had gotten shot.
Who got shot, ma'am? Huh? Pine Meadows apartment. Your officer needs backup.
Where exactly are they?
Anytime we hear that shots have been fired at a scene, it scares us. You know, you can't let it show. You have to keep on doing your job, but I was very concerned for Deputy Sexton. He is a friend. I've known him for a long time.
We just felt like we were helpless in that situation because we're on the other end of the phone and he's not there.
We're going 1033 traffic.
My first thought when I heard the shots was that Chuck had been shot. When a fellow officer gets shot or gets hurt in the line of duty, it's personal. It becomes a very personal thing. And I was feeling guilty that I hadn't shot the guy and stopped him before Chuck had gotten there.
87, shots fired, suspect down. I'm in the tennis courts of Pine Meadow, 1071 en route.
10-4, 87, 10-4.
I'm hurt slightly. I had to shoot him.
We immediately got the ambulance en route. There were more units were dispatched.
Can you see? Yes, ma'am. He's right outside my bedroom window here underneath the tree.
Is she talking to him now?
Yes. There's an officer coming.
Okay.
When I saw Claire and Danny, as far as, I was concerned, they were the two best-looking people I've seen in my life.
God, that sense of relief that he was okay.
Deputy Sexton suffered only minor injuries during the struggle.
The suspect was still playing mind games. He wanted to make himself look like he hadn't done anything wrong, that we had misinterpreted his actions and shot him for no reason at all. He was still trying to act crazy.
I didn't know for a while who he was. I thought I'd shot some crazy person. Kept calling for his mommy. I told him to drop the gun and we'd find his mother, that we just needed to get the gun out of his hand. And he was telling me it's a toy gun. I just want my mom. And he started to turn around. And as he turned around, I had my portable radio in my hand, and I hit his gun hand with the portable radio. I realized that when he turns around, he grabs my gun. This guy's playing for keeps. He knew how to grab the gun, knowing that as long as he had control of the cylinder, I wouldn't be able to shoot him. I was wondering, how in the world did I let this guy, get a hold of my gun? Am I fixing to die here tonight? When he grabbed me by the groin, I was able to bend over and obtain my backup gun.
He confessed to several murders in Alabama, which in fact he had escaped from the authorities in Alabama after being arrested for these murders. I found out a couple hours after the shooting that he was on the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list.
If he'd gotten the gun, he'd have killed me. He'd already killed 4 people that they knew about. He had told the investigators he had just raped a girl 3 hours previously in an apartment complex not 3 miles from there. Kind of a sobering experience, and also made me feel a little more at ease that, that I had shot someone that's a 10 Most Wanted fugitive and not somebody that was mentally deranged and had wanted his mommy and got caught peeping in a window.
I was so glad, in a sense, that it had turned out the way it did, that neither Chuck or I had been seriously injured, and that this man was going to be behind bars.
The gun the suspect claimed was a toy actually was a loaded .32 caliber semi-automatic that had jammed. He was returned to Alabama, where he was tried, found guilty of 3 murders, and sentenced to death.
When the call was dispatched that night, I had plans later on that evening meeting my mom and my wife Terry and my son JP at our house because it was my mom's birthday. And I remember finding the guy thinking, I'm not going to die on my mom's birthday. I personally feel that sometimes police officers are given a bad rap as they shoot first and ask questions later, and the entire opposite is true. It's such a final decision. Once you fire that gun, you can't bring that bullet back. It better have been the right decision.
Next.
Anytime you have a fire in a house, children will tend to hide from fire. And we find them in fire deaths after a fire, many times in places of hiding.